Welcome, everyone, to Better Deals and Money, BDM for short. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's see who we've got in the house. Brian Hedges from Australia, Michael Johnson, Rob Richardson, Christina Collins, David Richards, Jim Burrow, Kath. Is that Kath Ryan from Australia? Maybe we have two people from
Yes, it
Australia
is,
in the house.
John.
Hey,
Yes, it
welcome,
is.
Kath. And Lewis Kastner, Michael Johnson, Ray Vaughn, Roosevelt Barnes, Shirley York, Sonia, Susie, Tom Leonard. Great to have you. We've got some new people in the house tonight. Certainly want to welcome our new guests. Now, the reason we're here is simple. We're here to help you plug the holes in your money bucket. Now, it's no secret that most people are struggling financially more right now than perhaps any time during their entire lifetimes. And the beauty is that problem can be solved with a simple $10 decision that can turn into $496 in monthly income within days or weeks, not years, and scale up from there. But money is not really the issue because if you knew you could make the kind of money that Better Deals and Money can give you, you'd probably find a way to come up with $1,000 or more. Now, it's hard to believe that $10 can turn into legacy income, but stick with me and I'll show you how. We built BDM on a principle that works every time. Give and it shall be given unto you. This is a universal law that applies to everything, just like gravity. Farmers understand it. You plant seeds, you get a harvest. At BDM, we apply that same principle to money and dreams. The Amish have been doing this forever. Picture this. A young Amish couple gets married, moves into a new home, almost nothing. One day, a neighbor knocks and says, how would you like a barn? And the couple says, we can't afford a barn right now. And the neighbor replies, no, you don't pay for it. We'll build it. And in just one day, 100 neighbors show up. By sunset, the barn is standing strong. And the only thing the couple agrees to is feeding the workers and helping other members of the community build their barns. And the beauty of it is they don't even pay for those barns in the future out of their own pocket. That comes out of money that they earn from their own barns. And that's exactly what BDM is. We help each other build our barns, and we help each other raise capital to pay for whatever project that is dear to you. Now think about your own reason for checking this out. Is it bills? Is it travel? Is it family? A project you've been waiting to start? Whatever your reason is, write it down and put a dollar figure next to it because what you're about to see can make any amount of money a reality. And when you sow into this community, your seed multiplies, not in months, not in years. It can happen within days, and you'll see exactly how it works. Now, the Bible says if a people come together in the spirit of unity, nothing can be withheld from them. The word community includes the word unity, and BDM is reigniting that spirit right here and now. Unity is baked into community, and for the most of history, people lived by seed time and harvest, helping one another, but somewhere along the way, we lost that rhythm. BDM is about bringing it back because when we move in unity, failure isn't possible. And when you join BDM, you're stepping into a private member club where we live by a code of honesty, generosity, and helping each other win. You get a back office with tools, tracking, and training. You start with one enrollment and choose people who typically succeed at whatever they do. Why? Because they are the ones that recognize an opportunity quickly and take action when they do. And because one right person can potentially make you wealthy. Eventually, your goal will be to have four or more, and with just four referrals, you're already in profit. And that's enough to carry you to the very top of the comp plan. Not hundreds, not thousands, just four. And from there, the system fast tracks you into $496 monthly income and beyond. So the Amish raise barns with wooden nails. We raise barns with dollars and community. And if you're thinking, but I can't give right now, remember, you don't have to start big. Start with $10. Use your profits to scale up. Duplication does the heavy lifting, and your harvest grows faster than you expect. So let's start this journey together. We're about to play a short video that breaks down the numbers and shows you exactly how this $10 seed can grow into $496 monthly income quickly.
My name is John Austin, and I'm coming at you today with an amazing opportunity, something the world has never seen before. A first-of-its-kind, dual-stream compensation plan designed to turn just $10 a month into $496 in monthly income, and it could happen in days, not months. Sounds almost unbelievable, right? But stay with me. Imagine designing the perfect plan, a plan for the little guy, where even someone who struggles to recruit could still earn perpetual profits. A plan for the masses, where a small seed, leveraged correctly, grows into a fortune, fast. And a plan powerful enough to attract million-dollar leaders, who can earn thousands daily, right out of the gate. Tough decision, right? We built all three. Welcome to Better Deals and Money. Our dual-stream plan combines the two most powerful systems ever created. First is our high-powered coded 2-up plan, where everyone you personally refer takes the next available frontline position. No waiting, instant pay. With one exciting twist, your second and fourth personal referrals pass up to your sponsor. But that's not loss, it's leverage. Let me explain. The 2-up plan has long been considered by experts to be the most powerful compensation plan ever created, paying up to 20 times what some others pay. Then you might ask, why don't all companies use it? The answer is simple: fear of loss. Nobody wants to give up two good people, especially when it could be their best two. Our newly created dual stream plan overcomes that weakness by stopping any loss with its opposing reversed alternate fast track plan, designed for speed, simplicity, and serious momentum. Here's how it works. It perfectly opposes the 2-up plan, meaning you never lose anyone. Every even payment from your team goes to you. Every odd payment fuels your upline. You get paid in either one plan or the other on every single person you refer, and because both plans are equally powerful, you simply cannot lose. Together, they create a ripple effect of speed, momentum, and duplication. It's never been done before, and it doesn't stop there. We stacked this model across 4 easy entry points, from just $10 to $100. Every upgrade unlocks new streams of income, flowing to you 24/7. And for the high risers, we have elite plans from $250 to $20,000. And we built this in such a way that one can start at $10 and scale all the way to the top with no more money out of pocket. And here's the beauty: low cost to start. Simple system anyone can follow. Results that duplicate quickly. No hype. No gimmicks. Just a straightforward way to put real money in your pocket. You get a system designed to move you quickly toward $496 in monthly income. Not someday. Not after months of grinding, but within days. And you don't have to stop there. You can scale up just as quickly to be earning thousands monthly. Now imagine this. A simple $10 decision today could cover groceries, gas, bills, or whatever matters most to you. Every single month. All from a system that's built to actually work. We made it fair for everyone. Do nothing. You earn nothing. But with just one good referral, you can earn hundreds of dollars monthly, and 4 referrals is all that you need to go to the top level of the comp plan and earn thousands. Not 20, not 100, not into the thousands so you can cover your auto ship like other opportunities. That doesn't exist here. Look at this chart. With just 62 people on your team, you are earning $496 monthly. As your organization grows deeper, and it will with just 10 levels of duplication, you would now earn over $16,000 monthly, and it doesn't stop there. Some legs will go 100 levels deep and deeper. What happens if you personally refer 10? That's over $53,000 monthly. And what if your team average goes to 5? That's $154,000 monthly. But why would you stop there? But let's start with a realistic goal, because anybody can earn $496 monthly with consistent effort. That lets you experience the system working and motivates you to do even more. Just $10 a month to earn unlimited income. There are no other fees, so here's the choice. Keep doing what you're doing, or take one small step today that could create a $496 monthly income stream in just days. Ready to get started? Just follow these simple steps. Complete the registration form using a valid email address. Check your inbox for a verification email and click the link inside. If it doesn't arrive right away, check your spam folder and mark it as not spam. Log into your dashboard with your email and username. From the left-hand menu, click Make a Purchase, then select Dual Stream. You can get started for only $10. Want to accelerate your earnings? You can scale up anytime by making more than one Dual Stream entry. Bonus: when you pay with a credit or debit card, you'll also receive a vacation package worth hundreds of dollars as our thank you for your donation. This is John Austin. Thanks for watching. Let's build your income together.
Okay, let's take a quick look at how you can get started. And while I'm doing that, you can raise your hand. We'll acknowledge you one at a time. I like to keep this part interactive because at the end of the day, we're building this for you. So let's look at how to make a purchase. Once you log in, you will have a dashboard that looks very similar to this. This is a demo account, and we go right here to make a purchase. Very simple. You're going to click on BDM Dual Stream. Once you've made a purchase, you'll see that it's already taken. In this case, I'm going to show you the $100 Dual Stream. Okay, you have a choice of using a credit card, money out of your e-wallet, which would be typically commissions or money you've deposited with crypto, or you can make a purchase directly with crypto. In this case, we're using a credit card. I'm going to click Process Payment. This allows me to put in my credit card information and click Pay. And you'll notice that you get a 2-for-1 value here. We're going to give you a vacation in this case, so it's 8 days, 7 nights in Puerto Vallarta, and that's valued at $100. We're also giving you the $100 Dual Stream, so you're getting a $200 value for $100. There's a $5 processing fee. You can use the vacation or not. That's strictly up to you. But when you start earning the kind of money that you can earn here, probably you'll want to do that. Let's go ahead and look at some other features in your dashboard. You have income calculators. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We have the Dual Stream calculator here. Now, we talked about $496. So let's put in some numbers here. With a $10 donation, you referring 4 people and a team average of 4, that would be a total of 62 people through 5 levels. Okay, so you're not doing the work alone. This is a community. We're working together. That would pay you $248 in the 2-up and $248 in the fast track. So essentially what's happening, folks, when you join at $10, you're actually donating $5 to the 2-up and $5 to the fast track. So instead of having one $10 plan, you now have a dual stream of income. You have 2 streams of income. And so from these 62 people, you're earning $248 in the 2-up and $248 in the fast track. Pretty equal, right? And so these are 2 powerful compensation plans that almost perfectly oppose each other, which means you no longer are giving anyone up. See, and that's been the downfall of the 2-up plan. Although and it's the Australian 2-up, by the way, for the benefit of our Australian friends that are here with us. This compensation plan actually came out of Australia, and it has long been the most powerful compensation plan ever created. But It's had a downfall, and that's the fear of loss. People don't want to give up two people because could be their two best people, right? And nobody wants to do that. So fear of loss has kept a lot of people from getting involved with a two-up plan. But I can just tell you, my two fastest incomes came from two-up plans. All right. Many years ago, there was the first discount club that I ever saw uh, came about in this space, in this arena, and I was able to earn $100,000 monthly in 90 days. From 0 to 90 days, I was at $100,000 income. The second one, it didn't last as long. There's had some management problems, but in a week, I was at over $1,000 in daily income in 1 week. So we're looking at $30,000 a month after just 1 week of being in the business. So it is a very, very powerful compensation plan. And again, because we've combined these two together, you never give up anyone because when you don't get paid in one, you get paid in the other. So for every person that you refer, you're going to get paid in one or the other. And you can see that they're complementary enough that it really doesn't matter which one they land in. All right, so let's take it a little farther. If you were earning this kind of income with just a $10 donation, do you think you would take from your profits here and perhaps do a $20 donation and see what happens when the same 62 people follow you? You're now at $1,488 monthly income. We could take from this profit here, add $50. Now you're at almost $4,000 a month. And if we step up to the 100, that's almost $9,000 a month with the same 62 people. Okay. You don't have to stop there. With a $10 entry, would it be possible for you to refer 10 people? You might be able to do that in one day. Some people probably could. But if it took you 10 months, if you could only do one a month, you really work diligently, like you work a job, okay? You put in some time, some effort, some commitment, and in 10 months, you're able to get 10 people. See what that can turn into. $20,000 monthly income. You've never been able to do that on, any job or probably business or opportunity that you've ever been involved with. And it doesn't stop there because your team average is likely going to increase as well. And with only 5 team average, that's taking you up to 31,000 monthly. And of course, we're not going to stop at 5 levels. There's no way once you let this horse out of the gate, if you will, it's going to keep running. And the levels, some of your levels will go 100 levels deep. And here with just 9 levels, you're at $1 million in monthly income. Now, is $1 million in monthly income possible in this, in this arena, in this industry? Absolutely. There are people today who earn upwards of $1 million a month, but they're doing it with comp plans that pay probably 1/20th. We pay on an average probably 20 times what other compensation plans pay. And so they're going to have thousands and thousands of people, you know, 10, 20 times as many people to accomplish the same goal that you're achieving here. Okay, we don't really talk about it too much, but you can scale up beyond this. We have plans going from 250 all the way up to $20,000. And obviously, if you were to scale up to $100 and start earning this kind of income, then you would probably continue to scale up. That's human nature. We see it everywhere we look. If you're If you're working a job and there's a way for you to move up, you're going to go for that opportunity. You're going to do whatever it takes to scale up. If you're in business, aren't you going to take some of your profits? You're going to reinvest them. You're going to expand your business. You're going to expand your advertising and scale up. You want to earn more money. Don't we see that with millionaires and billionaires? Why does Elon Musk, and just an example, he's a name that we hear a lot about. Why does he continue to expand his business? I mean, he could never spend the money he's got in 1,000 lifetimes. So why does he continue? It's human nature. And so everybody today pretty much is looking for a way to increase their income. And so we have something here, if it's presented properly, that, could be attractive. It could be something that people would say, yes, I'll do that. And we see that. We have people here today that are actively engaged in the business. We have people that have earned tens of thousands of dollars uh, and doing extremely well. And they're they're just out there working on their own primarily, and in their own little groups. Sometimes some of them show up on our webinars. Sometimes they don't, and that's okay because this is something that really doesn't take a lot of effort. All you have to do is be a good inviter. So who would you who would be a prospect for you? Well, probably somebody just like you. I mean, the fact that you're here tonight is proof of that. Somebody thought of you, uh, invited you, and you showed up. And how would you invite them? Probably the same way you were invited, or very similar. You might send this video that we just watched. You can send that video out with a landing page, and when somebody clicks on join, they will be coded to you. That means that if they build an organization, you're going to reap the benefits of that invitation. And let me tell you, folks, really, people have made this business far too complicated. And for many years, I did. I joined this industry in 1964. That's what, 60 years ago, at age 14. And for a long time, I pretty much floundered for years. Yet, and I don't know why, I saw the vision strongly enough, was impacted by, my first introduction to this business model, that I continued. And years later, I met a gentleman who showed me how to build the business, and it was really quite simple. And basically, it's this. He showed us how to draw a circle, and you put your name in the middle of that circle. And then you draw a circle around that circle, and you divide it into 5 parts. Now, this is a perfect world, and it never works exactly that way because eventually you're going to have more than 5 people. But as you uh, enroll people into your organization, then you write their name in one of those 5 slots. And then you draw a bigger circle around that and you divide it into 25 parts, 5 for each of the people that you personally referred, because their goal is to get 5 as well. And you keep expanding your circle and keep making the circle bigger and bigger. And each of the 5, the next bigger circle, is going to be divided into 5 times the circle before it. But here's the magic. Anybody can refer somebody to this business. And like I said, it could happen in 1 hour. It could happen in 1 day. It could happen in a week. It could happen in a month. And if you couldn't do it in a month, you just keep inviting, and however long it takes, you will eventually get one person. You see, and that's really doesn't matter, because if we look at, when I grew up, as I was, you know, moving into adulthood, the idea was you put away $100 a month and you put it into some kind of investment. And at the end of 40 years, you're going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of four, five, six, $7 million that you can enjoy the rest of your life. 40 years. Well, most of us don't have 40 years to do that. So we're going to have to ratchet up. But by the same token, don't expect yourself to make, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month in a matter of days or weeks. Set a goal of, say, 2 years, that you're actually going to work the program diligently for 2 years. And by doing that, it will happen. You see, if you think back on your life, there's probably nothing you ever wanted badly enough that you were willing to make the commitment and do what it took to get there, that you didn't accomplish it. Be it whatever, an education, some degree. But whatever it was that you wanted, if you made the commitment and took action, you were able to achieve that. And the same is true here. If you make the commitment and take the action, however long it takes, you see, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know if you're going to be sick and be able to work, or, or if you're going to be able to refer somebody to the business, or whether it's one or two or three or 10. These things you don't know when you make the commitment. When you make the commitment to get a degree, you don't know what the weather's going to be. You don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know if you're going to get in a car accident along the way, if you're going to get sick, or you have no idea all of the things you're going to have to go through to get to that point. But when you made that commitment, you woke up in the morning and you didn't feel well, you shrugged it off, you got dressed, and you went anyway. You showed up because that's what you had to do. And that's what you need to do here, folks. If you will agree, make the commitment to do one invitation a day. Don't lay your head on the pillow at night before you make at least one invitation a day. I guarantee you that you will succeed in this business. You will absolutely succeed, because it begins to transfer into some kind of universal law. I don't fully understand it, but I know how it works. I know that when we make a commitment to do something, sometimes we get tested to see how strong our commitment is. We have challenges, we have doubts, we have fears. And that is true with every single person in this world that's ever succeeded at anything. Every single successful business that was ever created went through these trials, a time of testing. But they continued to show up, they continued to innovate, experiment, try new ways of doing things, till eventually they succeeded. And then the door flew wide open. It's like the floodgates literally opened up. If you talk to Elon Musk, he will tell you about so many times when he was on the brink of failure, didn't know what the next day was going to look like, didn't know how he was going to, get through the next day, but he kept pushing forward, and look where he is now. And I've read and heard so many stories of successful people, and they've all gone through this. So the question is, do you have thick enough skin to make a commitment to do whatever it takes? Now, how difficult is it to make invitations? Well, there's the fear of being turned down, the fear of rejection, right? I think that's what stops most people, is that fear of rejection. So let's look at how you might approach people in a way that you don't get rejected. Hey, I've got an idea for you, and it's okay for you to say no. When could I share that with you? When do you have time to watch a 5-minute video? When could you join me on a webinar? I've got an idea for you, and it's okay for you to say no. In other words, I'm not asking you to make a commitment other than just a few minutes of your time to take a look. So that's all you're asking for. You're asking for somebody to honor you enough to give you a few minutes of their time to take a look. And isn't that basically why you're here? I don't know how somebody approached you, but however it was, you showed up. And so if you're not putting people into a corner and you're giving them an immediate way to exit if they don't like what they see, then there's no offense. Nobody gets offended, with that kind of approach. And as long as you don't get offended when they say no, then everybody's happy. And this business should be fun. It should literally be fun and exciting. Some people literally get so excited about it that they can't sleep at night. Their mind is just going, and they're innovating, they're thinking of ways that they can approach more people. And, it becomes totally exciting. Others, they're thinking about why it won't work. What if somebody says no? What if I fail? Well, failure isn't an option if you take these simple steps and do these simple things that I'm outlining for you. You simply make an invitation every single day. Whether you go out and meet people, takes, for some people that takes some pretty thick skin. Takes, you've got to face some fear to walk up to people and talk to them. And and you don't just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I've got a business opportunity for you." You talk to somebody about something of interest. Maybe a beautiful scene, that, or maybe you're in the grocery store and you see somebody with a beautiful baby and you comment, to that person, "Oh, what a beautiful baby." So you open up the conversation with something of interest to them. Then you begin asking questions about them. And it may be simply, "Hey, I really enjoy talking with you. Do you mind if I get your contact information?" There's many ways to do this. You can, go to LinkedIn, go to Facebook, and begin inviting friends and have conversations with those people, and then, ask them or tell them, "Hey, I've got something I'd like to share with you, and it's okay to say no. Would you mind if I share it with you?" Okay, so you have the ability to unmute, raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question or share a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Brian, you're a co-host, so you're welcome to jump in here. And
can you tell me how to raise my hand on this jolly thing?
well, when you're a co-host, I don't know, but I think otherwise, you either go to the three little dots, under when you're in participants, you go to the three little dots, or you go to chat, and I'm not sure which.
Oh, well, maybe you'll tell us.
And then it's going to be different on a computer and on a phone. If somebody wants to share that information with us in the chat, somebody knows how to do that, that'd be great.
Just hit react.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Yeah, tell Brian to hit react and it'll show.
You hit
where that heart is.
Hit react?
Right, where that little heart is next to chat.
Okay, in the chat, there's a heart, and you hit react.
No, next to chat, there's that little heart where it says react.
Oh, so you click the little down arrow, or
you click the heart.
Okay.
And the whole lot of opportunities of how you want to react comes up. and then you find the one that says raise your hand.
Okay. Great. All right. Thank you kindly. Victor, did you have a question or comment?
No, I was just going to explain the same thing the other people were explaining it to you, but the lady explained it well. So
Ah,
I'm muting myself now.
awesome. Thank you, Victor.
Oh boy. Okay. Thank you very much for that, guys. I still can't find it. That's all right. John, I just want to say two things. One, that was a
Okay.
brilliant video. Is that now live on our back office on our websites?
Ask that again. I didn't hear you.
That video you played, that's an updated version of the existing video
Yes.
that was available last week. Is that now live on all our websites?
It is. When you go to, here, my websites, it's this one right up here.
Yeah. Great. Wonderful. We talked last week about the board of advisors, and which is pretty exciting. So I'd like you to give a shout out to anyone here if they would like to come forward onto the board of advisors also. And do you have your little notebook that you write things down in at the moment?
I can take notes, yes. And in fact, if you would like to head that up, Brian, I can send you the names and let you kind of spearhead that. I know we're all busy. I would appreciate some help.
I'm here available, and I have, as you know, my situation. So I do have a fair bit of free time, and if I'm not promoting BDM, I'm happy to support BDM as I can.
All right, let's do that. In fact, we'll get together right after our call here, and I'll give you the names of the people who requested to be on that board. And if any others would like to be there, we'd love to have you. And you don't have to be some expert or guru. This is a family. We're open to any ideas, suggestions that might help you build your business or help us, expand our community. That's what this is all about. This is a community, and we want to be united. Unity is built right into community, and unity is such an important thing. There's a law which some people have dubbed the law of synergy, where two or more people or animals come together in unity. There's an additional power, an additional force that is prevalent. So if we take two horses, for example, that can each pull 1,000 pounds, we hitch them together, they can actually together can pull 3,000 to 5,000 pounds. Okay, so if we were looking at the law of physics or mathematics, we would say 1,000 plus 1,000 equals 2,000. That's the maximum two horses could pull if they could only pull 1,000 each. But when we hitch them together, there's an additional force, a universal force, which I have dubbed God doing the heavy lifting, because that power is coming from somewhere. It's not, it is a real force. When we see it with humans, we see it with animals, we see it with insects, ants, for example. Look what they can accomplish when they're all united, all going the same direction. So, this is what our board is all about, is just uniting some of us that are really wanting to build the business, and we'd love your participation if you want to be on that. Okay, any other comments? Tom?
Yeah, John.
Yes.
I thought I might be not understanding last week, but I thought there was going to be a change on the dual system. We were going to kind of use that as the focus for the program, the dual stream, and I thought that was going to be the main main thing that was going to be, emphasized at this point.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
Okay, then I thought the ones underneath it, the pay forward and everything else were going to be reduced. In other words, the only one that would be showing would be the dual stream.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we're still in process of doing that, Tom.
Okay,
As you've probably gone to your website and noticed, a lot of changes have been made.
right.
And it's just it hasn't all been completed, but you're exactly right. So what we did in the meantime, if you go to here, for example, even though that's still showing, look at the video that's here. It's the dual stream video.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
Got it.
what's essentially going to happen, Tom, is these are going to be eliminated, but we will still leave these links active with the dual stream video in it so that we're not messing up somebody's advertising, because we might have people advertising some of these links and we don't want them to lose the benefit of their advertising.
Got
But
it.
we're going to actually hide these here. But people that are already advertising these links, we're not, we don't want to affect their advertising.
Right.
But-
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So probably
all-
by next Thursday, this will have a new look, and hopefully we'll have everything done, for that transition. In other words, we will be completely converted over to the new system.
a week from this Tuesday or a week from
No.
Thursday?
I'm expecting to have that done by this coming Thursday.
By this coming Thursday. Got it.
But don't hold me to that. It could be a day longer or day two, a couple days longer, but it's not going to be, it's not going to be weeks.
No, I'm going to hold you to it, John. Come on.
Okay.
I reckon we can hold him to it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Also, when you talk about asking people to look at an opportunity, in the past, I've always used this phrase, Jim, I'm looking at a new program and I would appreciate your evaluation or your opinion on this new venture. Can I send you something so you can give me your opinion? People love to give their opinions, and that's type of announcement that I would do would say, "Oh yeah, send it to me. I'll give you my opinion." And I could care less if it was negative or positive. I just wanted to, I love to get the positive, and so just as long as they would respond to it, then that's what I appreciated.
Let's see. Tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the chat for anybody that would like to copy it. That is a great
John, can I just make a comment on what Tom has said?
absolutely.
What I haven't, I'll be honest, I've only just started working on this project. But what I've done in the past, rather than say I'm looking at something, I say I have just joined it. There's no, I've only just joined it, but I'm not sure how, what do you think? And that's how I do it. I don't say I'm looking at something. How do you give them a link unless you've joined it? It's just a point, just a thought.
Yeah, good point.
Good point.
Yeah. Although I don't think people would differentiate once they've agreed to evaluate and you sent them a personalized link. I don't think that would be a deterrent.
Fair enough. I just shared what I do.
No, that's perfect, Kath. I I think either one of those are great.
This also brings up a very interesting point about going back to looking for people to come on board. Sometimes people like John and myself, we're so close to things that we don't see the wood for the trees. And I'm going to give you an example. I've got a lovely lady who's going through a bit of a rough time. And she wrote me an email and says, Brian, I had a look at the site. She said, where are all the dashboards? I can only see one dashboard. And there's just an S on the end of dashboards. That should be eliminated, in my opinion, because
And
we only have one dashboard.
where is that?
It's in the back office, John, as you open up. And on the left-hand menu, just above the top menu, it's got dashboards, as in plural.
Okay,
She
well,
was very pedantic about it, and I sort of thought, gee, I never saw that.
uh-huh. Okay, yeah, I see your point, and we could definitely, I think we can eliminate that S. And I think, of course, this was the programmer that did that, and he probably assumed that each one of these is a dashboard, which it really is
Yeah.
in and of itself. You know what I'm saying?
Whereas older people like myself, we see those as a menu item, not as much as a dashboard.
Yeah.
It's seen now both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And yet this is a dashboard. This gives you, like, what does a dashboard do? It gives you functions, right? Or
Yeah.
gives you information. But I take your point well. And I, if it's confusing one person, it could very well confuse a lot of people. So I'll get that changed. See how simple these little things can be. And it's like you said, Tom, like, for example, the programmer, obviously he understands all of the intricacies and how, things fit together, step A, B, C, D,
Yeah, of course.
yet we don't necessarily see it that way because we didn't write the code. We didn't, we don't see how this goes to this, to that point and that point and that point. And so, yeah, we need to back up and look at it and say, well, how do people really see this? How does everybody else see this? And these are things that, like you said, I may not see that. So feel free to bring it to our attention, because again, this is for all of us.
Mhm.
And
Perfect.
if there's something that confuses you, likely that's confusing somebody else. So don't be shy. Don't hesitate to bring it to our attention. And we'll certainly look at it. And if it's something that makes sense, we'll certainly, make a change or an addition or deletion, whatever needs to happen.
Mhm.
John, I
Great.
need to step out for a minute, so I'll be back shortly.
Okay, super. Well, before we close, let's talk about why we do this, the reason why we join. When you register, and we hope everybody who's new here tonight does that, we also hope that you know why, because if you don't have a good reason, you will probably find excuses to fail. In network marketing or home-based business or working for yourself, however you want to term it, self-employment. When you're self-employed, you have no one to hold you accountable. Going back to the system of circles that I talked about. Okay, two things that this gentleman taught me. Once you get your first person, your first enrollee, then you ask that person, can I call you every day to hold you accountable? But you need to know what their why is. They need a new roof on their house. They're trying to put a child through college. They want to go on vacation, retire early, whatever the case may be. Once you know what their reason is, and you ask them, can I call you every day just for a minute to hold you accountable, to help you get that new roof on your house? And then when you do call them, it's not for a social visit. You're there to do one thing, and that's to hold them accountable. So how do you hold them accountable? Tom, how many people did you invite today? How many invitations did you make today? See, and so Tom is going to say, well, maybe he's going to say, I didn't invite anybody. He's got a reason why he didn't, and he may even tell you what that reason is. But when you call him tomorrow, if you call him 3 or 4 days in a row and he hasn't invited anybody, then Tom starts getting a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, and he knows you're going to call the next day, right? So he starts thinking, I better make an invitation so I can tell my sponsor, yeah, I'm working toward that new roof on my house. And that's why people succeed in business. They have managers that hold the workers accountable. But in network marketing or self-employment, we have nobody to hold us accountable. So you offering to hold your people accountable is a blessing to them, and it's a blessing to you, because by holding them accountable, they're going to do a lot more than they would without your help. And then once they begin to refer people, your next question is, did you call your own people to hold them accountable? So one question becomes two questions. How many people did you invite today? And did you call your people to hold them accountable? And by doing that, this is a guaranteed successful method of building a legacy income. You absolutely cannot fail if you make a commitment to make at least one invitation a day. Once you refer people, you hold them accountable to first inviting people, and second to holding their people accountable. And that's all there is to this business, folks. There is no more magic. There is no more magic. It doesn't matter how you invite people, whether it's one-on-one, over the phone, using an email, social media, passing out drop cards, with your website. It doesn't matter how you invite, as long as you do that consistently. And then you follow these 2 steps of holding people accountable, you cannot fail. So, maybe you're at a point in your life where it's now or never. Things didn't turn out the way you expected. That retirement and Social Security aren't cutting it. Perhaps you need to pay off a mortgage. Could be retiring early, paying down credit cards, going on vacation, buying a homestead, whatever it may be. Write it down. Write something down, because writing it down becomes, it has psychological, neurological, and even spiritual power that go beyond simply thinking about it. And here's some key differences. Thoughts are slippery. They overlap, they quickly fade or get drowned out by distraction. Writing it down gives shape to your thoughts. It shapes your thoughts into something clear and concrete. Taking notes activates language centers, spatial awareness, and memory. It externalizes the thought, making what you write stick more deeply. And it creates a second brain on paper or on a screen. Written goals, plans, or prayers are proven to be recalled and acted upon at a far higher rate than those only thought about. Writing creates a record that you can return to and hold yourself accountable to. Writing affirmations, gratitude lists, or even struggles stirs emotion. It makes you feel them more deeply, and that emotional intensity fuels transformation. Even the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain, that he may run who reads it. Write the vision and make it plain, that he may run who reads it. Okay, without a vision, people perish, right? Isn't that what the Bible says? Without a vision, people perish. They fail. So what does this really mean? That he may run who reads it. Running is faster than walking. Writing down your vision in a clear and complete manner causes you to take action, and not only take action, but to get where you're going much faster. Writing turns a desire into a vision, something you can see, something you can declare and align with faith. It shifts energy from imagination into manifestation. And why is this important? Because it's your why. If you don't have a why, you're going to fail. But I think everybody has a why. If you just spend a little time thinking about it, and I encourage you to do that, because when you become very intentional, things line up in your favor. And it's amazing when that happens. They start falling like dominoes, one after another, when you stay very intentional and very focused on whatever it is that you desire. So like I said in the beginning, whatever your number is to accomplish your why or finish your project, you can accomplish that on this platform. Okay, any more comments before we say goodnight? Well, friends, I want you to picture this. When the Amish come together to build a barn, no one family could raise those massive beams alone. But shoulder to shoulder with community, with unity, with every hand contributing, something extraordinary takes shape in a single day. And that's the power of community. That's exactly what we're doing here. Together, we're building something greater than ourselves, something that will stand strong for generations, something that will bless millions of people throughout the world. Alone, the work may seem impossible, but united, it becomes unstoppable. So as we close tonight, I encourage you, don't just watch the barn go up. Grab your hammer, grab a beam, lend your hands and be part of building this legacy with us, because when we rise together, nothing can stop what God has proposed us to do. So again, I want to thank every one of you for being here tonight. So great to see new people here and many people returning with us. Our numbers are going to grow. We're at a turning point. I really believe that we have the best opportunity that has ever existed. Having been in this industry for 60 years and gone to the top of 7 companies with one downline exceeding 3 million people, and having been a consultant to different companies, I haven't seen anything like it. Frankly, I wish that somebody would have done this years ago and I could have been part of it rather than, creating it, so to speak. I really take no pride in, in what I'm doing here. This is, I'm just trying to make the world a better place. I'm trying to create an opportunity, that last rodeo, if you speak, where everyone can be successful if they want to. So many people have been here year after year. They've tried over and over again and they failed. Well, now we have an opportunity where nobody fails if they just get in and do the very simple steps that we've talked about tonight. So again, thank you for being here. We'll be back again on Thursday. Set your calendars. Be sure to invite some new people. Let's really expand our numbers here. In the next coming weeks and months. By the end of the year, we could have something that will explode into the coming new year, and literally, I mean, explode around the world. Two people. They say 2 people shaking hands can reach the entire world. So if you know 2 people who know 2 people who know 2 people, it doesn't take too long to reach the whole world. But that doesn't mean we're ever going to reach saturation. Amway's been around, almost 70 years, or something like that. They've not reached saturation, and that was the great fear. Oh, this pretty soon the earth is going to be filled with Amway distributors, and there won't be any opportunity for anybody else. Well, there's still, I think, at less than 1% of the population. So we know that saturation never happens. This opportunity can go on, for generations to come. And it is, again, the greatest opportunity, in my opinion, that ever existed. And we're just at the starting point. We can expand this into anything that we want to. Believe me, we can have, down the road, we could have products, we could have any number of things, because we're going to have numbers of people. And those numbers of people, they're purchasing things, right? Well, they could come and purchase from their own store and make even that much more. So, we're not there yet, but we could easily get there. So expand your vision, really come to understand what you got your hands on, and then just go to work and make it happen. So God bless. We'll see you on Thursday. Have a great evening. And goodbye for now.
Thank
Bye
you
for
so
now.
much for everything, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all
God
have a good
bless.
night. Good day.